A leader is someone who is confident, trustworthy, and gets along with everyone that's a part of their team. They're able to show and tell people what to do, and they just bring the whole team together.
A leader is someone who has to be organized, hardworking, flexible, creative, and also reflective. The reflective element is something really important because you have to be able to identify your strengths and weaknesses as a leader and seek to improve those weaknesses, but also celebrate the strengths and improvements that you make as a leader because it's important to love yourself.
So a leader has to be organized, focused, passionate, responsible. They have to have the team's best interest as their best interest. They can't be afraid to take risks and speak out and make changes that need to be changed. They have to respect everyone, have everyone respect them. It's important to have everybody on the same page when you're a leader.
Really, I think one of the best thing and the most important characteristic of a leader is somebody that has to have a vision. A leader needs to be a visionary. Without vision, there's no motivation. People will turn in circles. There's no direction. There's no sense of why we are here, what are we doing, where are we going, and I think that's very difficult. So there's leaders that we put in place that are positional leaders. So out of their titles or by their job description, they have to lead a certain group. But positional leadership doesn't give you much. It doesn't mean that you are actually a leader apart from your title. So leadership is not a title, and leadership is not a position. Leadership is something that you have to, first of all, when you lead people, have a vision about where they are going. Then you have to, like I said earlier, give a sense of direction. This is where we are going. This is how we are going to get there, and this is why we are doing it. And the second most important thing then to have that vision is to be able to share it, articulate it, make sure that the followers understand it and buy into it. So you have to be somewhat of a seller. You have to say, hey, this is, I'm a motivator, I have good characteristic of almost charisma, and empowering the people to believe and buy in the leader's vision in order to say, I want to be part of that. So it's one thing to have a vision, but the other thing is to enact it, sell it, have people buy into it, and then put it into motion. I would say as a third part to this, a good leader has to be an empowerer. So I talked about this a little earlier, but the empowerer of the leader, more specifically, is what is in that vision for the subordinate. So if it's all about the leader or it's all about the organization and there's nothing in it that will come back into helping and developing the subordinate, they're not going to be motivated. And you're going to be fighting against each other and say, why am I here? So the new generation, we hear often that they are selfish and they all want to just focus on themselves, and they're thinking, what is it in there for me? And I say, yeah, they are like that, and that's okay. And as a leader, you should play with this and understand this and be happy about this, because if you cannot give anything back to your subordinate, to the person that wants to follow you, to the person that's ready to make your dream and vision a reality,